I'm gonna say something in a foreign language.
Okay.
Take a guess what that language is.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you like 4 choices.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Are you ready?
Ready?
Okay. Listen. Florida Croissant Chanel. Okay. First, A. Danish. B. Cantonese. C. Welsh. D. None of the above.
I think none of the above.
None of the above. Okay. Cool. What indigenous languages are spoken in the United Kingdom besides English?
Gaelic.
Okay.
Gaelic.
Gaelic.
I think Welsh.
Welsh. Okay.
Cornish a little bit.
Cornish. Oh, wow. You know a lot.
I don't know anymore. I don't
You
think.
don't know. Okay. What language or languages are spoken in Wales today?
Welsh, English.
Welsh and English. Okay.
Maybe the two I said as well. Gaelic and Gaelic.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay. Cool.
I'm not sure. I know Gaelic. I think Gaelic's Scottish,
Okay.
but yeah, I'm
Okay.
not sure.
What is the percentage of the world's population in Wales can actually speak Welsh? Just take a guess.
Fluently.
Oh, well, no, not necessarily.
Okay.
So long as they speak it.
Let's say 20%.
20%.
Yeah,
Wow,
maybe it's a bit
wow.
high.
Wow. I'm gonna say something in a foreign language, and tell me what that is. Just take a guess. Doesn't
Okay.
matter. I'm gonna give you like 4 choices. Okay.
Okay.
Florida Croissant Chanel. A. Swedish. B. Chinese. C. Irish. D. None of the above. Your pick.
I'm going to go none of the above.
None of the above. Okay. What indigenous languages are spoken in the United Kingdom besides English?
Welsh.
Okay. Welsh.
Celtic.
Celtic. Okay. Okay. Good try.
That's it.
That's it. Okay. Okay. What language or languages are spoken in Wales?
Welsh and English.
What is the percentage of the world's population in Wales actually speaks Welsh?
60%. But I think it's a good thing. I think growing up knowing multiple languages is good. Keeping different languages alive is a good thing.
Okay.
Helps to preserve the culture
Right,
and the
right.
heritage. Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
okay.
supportive.
Well, I'm going to say something, in a foreign language, and take a guess, what that is.
Okay.
Florida Croissant Chanel. First, Swedish. Second, Japanese. Third, Welsh. Fourth, none of the above.
I want to say I'm stuck between Japanese or none of the above. I'm gonna go with none of the above.
What indigenous languages are spoken in the United Kingdom besides English?
Are there any other indigenous languages like English? God, I know there's like a while ago there was like the Anglo-Saxons and the Celtics and whatnot, but I don't know what languages they speak. Sorry.
Okay, yeah. What language or languages are spoken in Wales?
I know it's Gaelic and English.
What percentage of the world's population actually speak Welsh?
I'm gonna take a wild guess, like
Yeah. Yeah, take
40.
40%.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I feel like languages in general, like they're able to communicate stuff in their own specific way, and if that language like disappears, that way of communicating disappears. There's like translations and whatnot. There's still like that, like nuances and cultural like context and whatnot. So like I feel like
Right.
yeah, language preservation in general is important.
Okay. I'm going to say something in a foreign language.
All right.
Yeah, tell me what it is. Just take a guess.
Just take a guess. Yeah.
Florida Croissant Chanel. A. Norwegian.
Yeah.
B.
On.
Korean.
Yeah.
C. Irish.
Okay.
D. None of the above.
Korean.
Okay, thank you. Okay. What indigenous languages are spoken in the United Kingdom besides English?
Indigenous. What do you mean by that?
Well, languages that originated from this territory, from the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really get the question. Sorry, I don't.
What language or languages are spoken in Wales?
I'm not too familiar with Wales. I'm probably the worst person to actually been asked to do this. Don't really know.
You don't know?
No.
Okay. What percentage of the Welsh population in Wales speak Welsh?
I'd say about 80%.
80%.
Yeah.
First, I'm gonna say something in a foreign language, and tell me what that language is. Borda Khoisoim Chanel. A. Norwegian. B. Chinese. C. Welsh. D. None of the above.
I would say B, to be honest. I'd say B. Because I do have a friend who's from China actually.
Okay.
And he speaks Cantonese and Mandarin. I'm surprised he can speak both. And it does sound quite similar.
What indigenous languages are spoken in the United Kingdom besides English?
Oh, you put me on the spot there. I know there's Gaelic because my brother lives up in Scotland.
Great. Good try. Yeah. Gaelic.
I don't know because Latin is old, so I don't know if that's still a thing.
Yeah, that is a good one. That's a good one. I've never even thought of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's right.
I don't know. Is there a Glaswegian?
What?
No, there's Welsh. Sorry, there's Welsh.
Okay, yep. Okay.
There's Irish.
So Gaelic, Irish, Welsh, Roman.
Yeah. I think that's it.
Okay.
That's
what
good.
language or languages are spoken in Wales today?
In Wales?
Yeah.
I've actually been to Wales actually, so I went to Cardiff.
Okay, you've been to Wales. Okay,
they speak English 100%. So I'll definitely say English.
Yes.
They speak Welsh 100%.
Okay.
Those two. I've not experienced anything else, so I'll definitely say those two.
Okay.
And my friend also lived in Wales, so those two are 100%.
Okay.
Because I know he doesn't know any Welsh.
What is the percentage of the Welsh population in Wales actually speaks Welsh?
A lot of people there, unless there's a few people that migrate, like my friend. I'd probably say 65 to 70%.
65 to 70%.
And then obviously the 30% probably have migrated. They've probably moved to London or other places for opportunities.
Okay.
But there's probably a few that are indigenous to that area.
Okay.
And decided to stay.
All right.
So that's my thought process.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Because I'm from London, and I'd say most of the languages spoken in the UK it's usually just. I'd probably say that one of the most frequent spoken languages is English, Irish, and Gaelic.
Right.
Welsh, I'm not really too sure about too many people that speak Welsh. I've never actually come across anyone that speaks Welsh.
Right.
So, but I'll definitely say it's good to keep it. Yeah, definitely has to be in place.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to lose that part.
Well, I'm going to say something in a foreign language. Take a guess what that is. Borda Khoisoim Chanel. A. Norwegian. B. Korean. C. Irish. D. None of the above.
Norwegian.
What indigenous languages are spoken in the United Kingdom besides English?
I guess it depends if you know what the word indigenous means.
Languages that originate from this territory, right?
I guess you kind of touched on it. So there's Scottish, Irish, Welsh.
Okay.
They're all
Good try.
different languages within the English kind of sphere.
Yeah.
But I think we're very ignorant as English because I only speak one language, which is English. So I think, as a culture, I can't speak for everyone, but I feel, myself in particular, I could have learned more, I should have learned more. And we expect everyone to come over here and speak our language.
What language or languages are spoken in Wales?
So Welsh, Gaelic,
So
And
Welsh,
Gaelic,
Gaelic,
and English.
and English. What percentage of the Welsh population in Wales speak Welsh?
I would imagine quite high.
Okay.
I think it's more of a generational thing. So I think maybe a lot of the older generations probably speak more Welsh than the youngsters. I'm going to go with 48%.
48%. Okay.
I
10
think
out of
if
10.
people are from a region, I think it's sad that they have to change their culture and their language to adapt to society. I think it's really important that people keep that heritage.
I'm going to say something in a foreign language and take a guess what that is. Borda, Croissant Chanel. A. Danish. B. Chinese. C. Welsh. D. None of the above. Your pick.
Looks like Chinese.
What indigenous languages are spoken in the United Kingdom besides English?
Yeah, Welsh, Scottish,
All right.
mostly.
Okay. What language or languages are spoken in Wales?
They speak English
Okay.
rather than
Okay.
Welsh.
Okay. Cool.
But it's a mixed country, so they have some Scottish as well.
Okay.
They speak.
All right. Yeah. What percentage of the Welsh population in Wales actually speaks the language? I mean, speaks Welsh.
In Welsh, most of them, like 80%, they speak, I guess.
You guess 80%. 80.
80.
All right. I'm going to say something in a foreign language. Tell me what it is. Okay. Borda, Croissant Chanel. A. Danish. B. Japanese. C. Irish. D. None of the above.
I would either say Japanese or none of the above.
What indigenous languages are spoken in the United Kingdom besides English?
So I believe that there's two forms of Gaelic.
Okay.
So one that's Irish and one that's Scottish. Maybe there's three forms actually. So the Welsh also speak Welsh, which might be a form of Gaelic. I could be completely wrong.
Okay, cool. What language or languages are spoken in Wales?
Welsh and English.
What percentage of the Welsh population in Wales speaks the Welsh language?
I'm gonna guess that it's 40%.
40%, 40.
Yeah.
I'm going to say something in a foreign language.
Okay.
And take a guess what the language.
Okay.
Yeah, is. Borda, Croissant Chanel.
Okay.
First, the Swedish. Second, Korean. Third, Irish. Fourth, none of the above.
It's probably Korean.
What indigenous languages are spoken in the United Kingdom besides English?
So as far as I know, it's a different kind of English. Like in Wales, they spoke close to English, but with a lot of accents.
What languages are spoken in Wales?
As far as I know, it's just Welsh and English.
Well, first, I'm gonna say something in
Okay.
a foreign language.
All right.
Take a guess what that is.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you like 4 choices. Okay.
All right.
All right. Are you ready? Listen.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Borda, Croissant Chanel.
Oh, that's French.
First, Swedish.
Okay.
Second, French.
Mm-hmm.
Third, C. I mean C. C. Irish. D. None of the above.
D. French.
What indigenous languages are spoken here in the United Kingdom besides English?
Okay. Well, apparently they have Gaelic.
Okay.
Yeah, Gaelic.
Good try.
Yeah.
What language or languages are spoken in Wales?
Oh, Wales. It's Wales.
Welsh.
W-E-L-S-H. That's Wales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
And English, they can speak English as well.
Yeah. What percentage of the Welsh population in Wales actually speaks Welsh?
About 60%.
60%.
Yeah, 60.
I'm going to say a foreign language. So, Take a guess what that is. 博尔达开所以信了。A. Danish. B. Cantonese. C. Irish. D. None of the above.
None of the above.
What indigenous languages besides English are spoken in the United Kingdom?
Don't think there's many. There are quite a few people that have second languages, but in terms of indigenous languages, Celtic.
Yeah.
Okay. Very few people speak Welsh. Roman, obviously, from the Roman Empire. They came here 2,000 years ago.
Good answer, actually.
French from 1066 when the Normans invaded, and they took over. So there's a lot of French in our language.
Right.
So there's no one speaks Latin anymore, but it's all based on Romantic or Latin languages.
Right. Okay.
In addition to English, the only other language I believe that is spoken in the United Kingdom, and by that I mean the British Isles, Northern Ireland, is probably Welsh.
Okay, cool.
But whether there's many Welsh speakers in London, I don't think that's likely.
What language or languages are spoken in Wales?
English, Welsh, and I imagine a spattering of other European languages, depending on the communities that are now living in Wales.
What percentage of the Welsh population in Wales actually speak Welsh?
I'd hazard a guess, and I would guess it's probably less than 5%. They've made a huge effort to keep the language alive. They've got a lot of signposts and education material that is in dual language.
So
but I don't think the proportion.
You've been to Wales?
Yes, my mother comes from North Wales.
Oh, okay.
But I don't speak Welsh.
Oh, okay. Your mom speaks?
No.
Okay.
The world is a lot smaller. We all have access to the internet. We all have mobile phones.
Right.
I think that it's important to recognise minority populations and wishes of whatever they are, not only for cultural reasons, but for linguistic reasons, for history and tradition. And I think that's what makes the world an interesting place.
Okay.
So although I'm from London, my parents lived in London for a long time, but my mother was born in North Wales. And she's very, very proud of her Welsh heritage.
Where exactly in North Wales you come from?
A place called Pwllheli, near Llanbedrog, which is to the west of Snowdon.
Oh, Daya.
Yeah, exactly. But she's very proud, and a long time ago, I was, for a very short time, I was in the military.
Yeah.
And I joined a Welsh regiment.
Wow.
But the regiment recruited from Cardiff and Swansea.
Yeah.
So there were a lot of Williams, a lot of Jones, a lot of Davis Evans.
Yeah.
And my lasting memory of being in that regiment was not just the Welsh flags and their passion, it was also the Welsh choir. And for a very short time, I joined the Welsh choir. But they soon kicked me out because my voice was flat and I wasn't good enough to remain in the choir. But my mum
probably you didn't speak Welsh.
I didn't speak Welsh. Yeah,
that is the reason.
It might well be, but it was a very happy time, and the Welsh heritage, I think, is really important.
Yeah,
because people understand Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland.
Yeah.
People understand Scotland.
Right.
But I think sometimes, for people in Wales, it must be quite frustrating that they have an intimate relationship with the English, but we all live on the same big island.
Right. So, will you one day learn Welsh?
No.
But
I won't learn any languages. There's other things that I would like to learn as a priority. I understand the importance of language as a skill set, but at the moment I have other passions, and that's what I'm investing my time and energy in.